And you talked about mentorship. One gentleman who actually will be on the program, we know Mr. Terrence Tucker. One of the things that he talked about, he spoke very, very highly of how you have invested in his life. And so it's
Mhm.
always great to hear that, one, you have the mentorship, but also that you've invested in other people as well. Yes.
Absolutely.
What would you say is the biggest, for sure. What would you say is the biggest misconception of your job?
I think when people look at my main job as a professor at South Carolina State University, I think the biggest misconception is people think that, because we only teach a certain number of classes and we're not required to be in our office hours, but a certain number of hours a week. I think people think that the job of a professor is easy, but what they don't see is that professors are not just responsible for teaching. Professors are also responsible for teaching. Professors are also responsible for research. Professors are also responsible for writing grants. Professors are also responsible for service and, a number of other things that you don't get to see. So although we may not be in our office, we're probably somewhere working on something related to our jobs, as a professor. So I think the biggest preconceived notion is that, you know, people think that professors have it easy when in essence our job never ends. We're always thinking about work, even when we're home. My wife and I are both professors, and I mean, even at night, we're talking about research, we're talking about potential grant opportunities. It's not like we have jobs that ever end. Our jobs are always, on our minds, and it's kind of hard to disconnect with the work because of the passion we have in what we do. So.
Um, that's really interesting. Yeah, I think sometimes we have this notion of versus they taught and that's it. That's the end of the day. But like you said, it never really ends. Who are the people, or what would you say in terms of your vocational story? Are you most